Hey, what's up guys? This is PokerXpress, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Let's jump straight into the action.
Pascal's gonna call.
He's in a great situation, isn't he? He can afford to take flops now and put pressure on. Although it won't work out for him here. He's got a gut shot as it happens.
This could be quite a big pot. How would you play the 9-8 against a bet? Raise or call?
I think I'll call because Orpin's going to switch off, isn't he? If he doesn't have something. And you can lead out on a lot of turns.
Which turns would you lead out on?
Spade, possibly a straightening card.
4.
What do you think?
Like a 4, yeah.
Maybe,
yeah. Puts Open in a really tough spot if you lead out on these cards.
Yeah. I think he's reaching for a raise here. No. Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think this is going to work.
Not this time. If he had King Queen or something, he probably would.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice idea, right? I mean, you've got to make a stand now with your King Jack. If you're Open, it's,
I think Open's just going to call though.
Call and get it in on blank turns.
Because if you shove, you're not getting called by a worse hand,
But there again, he probably doesn't mind not getting called by a worse hand at this point.
The thing is, Pascal's raising hands here, where he raises with, are usually like really trashy hands, like gut shots. If he had a flush draw, he would just call because he doesn't want to raise, then face a jam.
Yeah.
So like you have really good, like you can see here, he has 76% equity. This is going to be usually his average equity against the hands he's beaten.
Right.
The hands which are beaten Open, he has like 0 to like 10% equity, usually.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, the problem with just calling is he's in a guessing game now about what hits.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Let's see if we can get a tell.
Okay.
Well, knowing the cards, we can tell that's pretty strong.
Yeah. Well, does he check now? Goal, isn't he?
I think he'll bet.
Well, I guess he's got a bet because he knows that Open's got a reason to call, and if that reason is like a flush draw or whatever, he loses equity on the
Open's not floating the flop with nothing. He I'm really surprised he checked here. Maybe he thinks Open's going to fast play his hands on the turn, just shove like aces now.
Well, I mean, Open might just get his money in with the jack now.
This is a really tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's supposed to bet, isn't he? Because he's giving Open a free card a lot of the time to get away and not pay any more money.
The problem is Open has like a pot-sized bet left, so he doesn't want to shove, and he doesn't want to bet too small because it's weird. So maybe that's why he checks.
Right.
Open bets. Pascal's jamming.
He just set him in now.
Open should fold versus the check shove. He's gonna hate. Watch Open's face when he watches him go in. He's gonna absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Well, he's got some covered. We can tell by the eyes.
He is going to be devastated here.
Do you think Open can fold?
Yeah, I think he'll fold. I mean,
you think so?
The guy always has 2 pair or a set or straight.
Yeah.
And he's got outs against. Yeah, I don't think he felt like he had outs against a lot of hands that he wasn't beating.
It was only 50.
We know he's got 0.
It was only 50,000 more.
Yeah, he's got 0 outs. We know.
So 5 bigs.
I mean, what a.
It's a very tough spot for Open. I mean.
Yeah. Once he's bet.
He had 75% on the flop. He looked like he was going to double up. Pascal was probably going to shove most turns.
Yeah.
16, you want me to put it in the pot? All right.
Dealer's asking him to put in the call.
With the nuts.
Well, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the way she's trained and that's the way you do it, and you just consistent, don't think about it. It's okay. It's not a big deal, is it? I don't think I'd get irritated if I just hit a gut shot and I think I'd just do whatever the dealer said politely and get on with it.
Manuel makes the call from the small with his king queen. Queen 4-5. Australian flopping top pair. Louis, of course. Yeah, 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush. You can definitely bet here.
Got a 220,000.
Yeah, and against an under the gun raise. No play here, but a call. Oh, king of clubs on the turn. Daniel turns top 2. Louis, though, finds one of those cards that he's going to have to keep betting on. And of course, with a jack and 10 in his own hand, blocking some of that Queen X.
350,000.
Of course, not blocking King Queen, unfortunately for him. He does do so. It'd be interesting to see what happens on a brick. Well, that is not a brick. That is a king. And it's not the best card for Louis to bluff if he's trying to rep some King X on the turn. Actually, that's not true. I suppose aces is still a pretty clear value, but of course, Queen 4-5 rainbow flop. Does move all in. He set it up on the turn with his bet size.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. Also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
We still have to have 2 big hands. And speaking of big hands, Marty has a big one here on 10-10-5, and Matas has paired a 5. Well, this could get spicy. Matas gonna c-bet. What would you like from Marty here?
Not a huge fan of that. I would take a bit more time. But then again, not a huge difference. But yeah, I mean, clearly raising's totally fine. I don't think you get an awful lot of credit in this spot, you know, because Matas is pretty short. But I expect him to jam King 10 off pre-flop, Ace 10 off, that sort of stuff. For what is, you know, 24 big blinds or something.
Matas is going to make the call, and with 0% equity. Not quite.
Tough to have 0%.
We'll round it to 0. Now it's 0.
At which case he's sort of repping like, so he's just gone for the jam.
Yeah, effective jam bet 40 million.
And I think Matas has to fold here. The ace of spades would kind of be fairly neutral as well. You wouldn't really expect your opponent to have too much.
All in.
Wow, he's put it in, and that is it.
GG Matas.
Drawing dead.
Maybe, yeah. The excitement maybe getting the best of Marty a little bit there. I think we could,
Yeah. Good game, guys. Good luck. Yeah. Good luck.
Matas out. Just like that. 10-10-5 flop. He wasn't getting away from it.
Yeah, it's an ugly spot for Matas on the turn there.
Yeah, like 40.
Quarter.
800.
Un poquito más que eso.
Shaw makes it 800K in the cutoff. Eduardo with 10s on the button. Eduardo just called, leaving the door open for Daniel to call as well. And it comes 7-6-4 as Daniel flops the straight.
And this is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Daniel Razai, I think, about to play a big one against the overpair of Eduardo.
Just called pre. Sean raised it up in the cutoff. Eduardo won't be thrilled with the results of that pre-flop call.
3.7.
Shortly.
There is a flush draw out there. What do you do with an overpair?
3.700.000.
Both players so deep. Eduardo started with over 18 million. Have to be a little wary. Razai in the big blind. It looks like this could really hit him. And certainly it has.
All in.
There's the shove. Here's the call from Daniel. And he's in terrific shape to become an absolutely massive chip leader. Fireworks in Uruguay. Oh, 4 on the turn. Needs a 4 or 10. It does not come. That'll do it for Eduardo Santi.
Daniel Razai now has 58 million chips. Jeff, this is essentially final table average.
Wow.
And we have more than 30 players remaining.
Likely to be doing that with, say,
yeah, it's going
to. It seems a weird spot to burn a time bank.
Well, what most players do nowadays with time banks is before they do go all in with the nuts, they're still kind of balanced. They'll throw
right,
in time
but this
bank.
is a situation where it's just shove off fold spot. So,
but if he had aces there, I would expect him to use one of the time banks and still play it off as if he has like ace-9.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet myself.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anyone use a time bank in that spot. But this, Johannes opens ace-10 suited. Patrice, the only man who can really hurt it. Next down at ace-king.
Should make it like at least 9,000 here.
Yeah, he's gone 11.5. Have some of that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I would make it at least 9,000.
We started with like 60.
I think it's fine just to go 10 million here, like 4x.
Yeah.
But I would make it at least 9, and he's made it 11.5, which is good.
Yeah, Johannes. I mean, he wants to continue with a lot of hands. But it's hard to for this size, is it not?
Has to always call here. Unfortunately, you have to call here. You can make an exploitative fold, but at the same time, it's a strong, strong fold.
Well, our graphics have jumped ahead and shown us the ace-9 4-flop. So Johannes on the hook to do some chips here.
Unless he hits a 10.
Unless he hits a 10, in which case he'd have about a quarter of the chips in play. So the 20% he has.
$7,000. 7,000.
When you said bet 7, obviously means 7 million, not 7,000. Small language barrier.
Yeah, hopefully nothing silly happens here and he tries to get him held to like a min bet.
Well, the thing is, he declared 7.
He declared 7, then he declared 7,000.
He declared 7, and then after a few seconds, the dealer was sort of like, oh, he went 7,000. But obviously, the minimum bet is 1 million, so clearly.
Yeah, of course. We all know that he means to go 7 million.
Yeah.
I was just a bit unsure because Johannes did look as if he was concerned and he was wanting to try and like maybe argue some sort of.
I think when someone, the thing is, the first thing he said was 7, so the bet has to go as the minimum amount 7 can be. Wow.
And as I said, unless he hits the 10, and when somebody has like,
wow,
20% of the chips in play,
they're running good.
They're running quite good, so you don't like you're not as surprised when the 10 turns off there. This is an interesting spot for Patrice because he hasn't got any diamonds or clubs in his hand. And there's 2 flush draws there. So he might do something like shove all in. because it's not that far away from over the pot.
Right.
Let's see what happens. It's a heavily draw-heavy board on the turn, and his hand doesn't involve an ace, a club,
or a diamond.
a jack, a queen, a diamond.
He does move it all in.
And he's going to get snapped.
Johannes snaps.
Yeah.
And
and this
is monstrous, Luna. 130 million chip pack, and that is what Johannes has back.
Yeah, it's a bit.
This is two of the chip leaders getting it in.
You know, it's been a good day when you're playing a 130 million pot and you've still got 130 million behind.
Yeah, and now he's up to 260 million of the 1 billion chips in play. This is a monstrous chip lead.
Now he's got the average stack for four-handed.
And by my reckoning, that gets us down to 24 players. And yeah, as you say, of course, average for about the last, about 6 times average.
That doesn't happen that often.
6 times average.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Give him the trophy.
There we go. Give him the trophy, they say.
Well, by the looks of things, he kind of gets the job done when he does have a stack.
Put me down.
Obviously, this is a bigger competition than usual.
It is an insane one.
I like it, man. Good game.